Hi guys, I'm Mike. This is Our Wyoming Life, and thanks for joining us. Be sure to subscribe, follow along as we explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. We're on our way out to deal with a situation that I can tell you that in 14 years here on the ranch, I've never had to deal with before. And it's going to be an interesting day because, well, we're going to get to do all sorts of new things. So I hope you can stick around. Let's head out and take a look and see what we got to deal with. Alrighty, this right here is number 97. She's one of our oldest cows on the ranch, and unfortunately, sometime during the night, she passed away. The problem lies with that she has a calf out here somewhere. Number 9 is about 40 days old, and we need to find him, or her, actually her, and bring her in because she is going to be our next bottle calf. She's not going to be able to survive without mom at this point. She's somewhere probably where she's able to eat some grass, but she still needs that milk and that nutrition that comes from it. So because we take care of the living first, our first task is to go find number 9 and bring her in. Then we'll deal with mom, and we're going to show you how to compost a cow, but that's a little ways off. I have no idea where her calf is, but we're going to go find her. So I really have no way of knowing what killed number 97. My guess would be old age. She was an older cow, but there's really no way to tell. At this point, there's no reason to do any type of autopsy or necropsy or anything like that. We're just going to chalk it up to old cows die, and that is the circle of life that happens out here. But she is going to give back to the ranch. Like I said, we are going to compost her. Takes about a year to compost a cow, but we're going to get that process started today. And of course, her calf, a heifer calf, will be giving back to the ranch as well because she will stay in our breeding herd. So, the thing is, we got to find her first. So unfortunately, number 9 is too big to just scoop up and throw in the gator. Being a calf that's, 40 some days old, a little over a month old, is going to be a little tricky. We're going to have to pretty much move this calf like we would move any cow, and that's why we're out here on the four-wheeler today. See if we can make this happen. We haven't found her yet. Here's 3 more calves down here though. Let's take a look. There she is, number 9, right there. So, hanging out down here in the mud. Let's go. Get out of here. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's go. Hey, come on. Nope. Come on, girlie. Okay, so this isn't working. She's just wanting to follow the other cows, which are now leaving the vicinity because, we're causing a ruckus. So, our next option is to use the gator, come out, grab that calf, little hog tie, throw it in the back of the gator, take it back to the shop. So that's our next option. Now that calf is probably pretty hungry. I don't know how long ago Mom passed away, but I'm sure that she's ready for some food. So we're gonna run back to the house, grab the gator, and change our game plan. Okay, so change of plans, like I said. We're gonna be grabbing this calf and tying it up and putting it in the back of the gator a little bit. So to help us with that, I'm actually grabbing a sheep's hook. This we can use to grab the calf, I hope. I'm also gonna grab some rope or some twine or something, see what I can find. Just bring a lariat along with us. Hi. There's too many other cows out there telling that calf what to do.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
So what's the plan? You're gonna rope her?
So I brought the sheep's hook, so I might be able to just grab her and tie her legs together and throw her in the back of the gator, sit on her or something. She's not that big, but she's definitely got her own idea about what she wants to do here, so.
Yeah, that's her.
That's her. Okay. Okay. So this is a new one. I'm gonna try this out and see how it works. Erin's gonna drive up next to the calf because she's not letting me walk up to her. I'm gonna try hooking her. Back out with the four-wheeler and I'll just rope her off the four-wheeler.
I can come out and help you on the four-wheeler, maybe 2 4-wheelers or something, but...
Maybe. We'll be back. Okay, so the sheep's hook, total failure. In fact, it broke. So...
It's like 30 years old.
It is. It's probably 30 years old. And it broke me. So now we're gonna switch out. We're gonna go grab a couple four-wheelers, go back out and just try to get the rope around her. We can probably get pretty close to her with a four-wheeler, hopefully, and just be able to drop that rope around her and get her tied up. And then Erin will come back and get the gator for us to transport her back to the house.
Or you bring all the cows back and sort her off.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. No, that would not be any fun.
Well, it's an option.
It is an option. There's lots of options. I mean, technically we could go out, get some chloroform, get up next to her, hold it over her nose, kidnap her basically. But we're trying to do this, you know, somewhat nicely. Okay, so we're back out, four-wheelers. Erin's gonna film, so.
I'm gonna try.
All right, here we go.
It's hard to drive a four-wheeler one-handed.
It's hard to do everything one-handed.
I know.
I got it.
Okay.
Settle down. Settle down.
What can I do?
Go get the gator.
Okay, do you want to flip him while I'm gone? You gotta flip him. I'm not leaving till you get him on his side. There you go. Tie him.
Hold on.
Tie. Loosen the neck. Loosen the neck. Good?
Yeah. We have a bunch of barbed wire back there that I don't really want to get tangled up in.
Okay. There you go, bud.
Okay, so I thought this was a girl. It's not. It's a boy. But we're going to get him back to the house either way. Put him in the barn. Get him a little bit settled in before we try to give him his bottle. I imagine he's pretty hungry. Like I said earlier, he hasn't eaten for a while, so rodeo probably made him a little bit more tired. It did me. So we had a little ride on our way home, and we'll get him settled in. So back when I thought this was a girl, my thought was to call her Orphan Annie. Now it's a boy, so I guess we could call him Orphan Andy. Why not? We'll call him Andy.
Drop.
We might. Come on. There you go. Look at you go. Yeah. You feeling better? All right. Now with him in the barn, we let him sit in here for a while.
I let him cool down.
Let him cool down.
He's got water.
Chill out for a little bit. Well, that was a super amount of fun. And now we're going to come back and check on him in a little while, see how he's doing. But for right now, we are actually going to move on to the educational portion of today's program and not so much the rodeo portion. And we're jumping in the tractor, where number 9's mom is going to kind of, I guess, give her last to the ranch. I went back and looked, and she was an old cow. She actually had 11 calves over her lifetime here on the ranch, so she was definitely an older cow. And I guess, you know, being able to have her serve one last time, even in the gardens, is going to make a big difference. Now, we are going to compost her. It's going to take about a year for that process to complete, so we're going to get it started today. And actually the process really isn't that complicated. And the first question you have to figure out, or the first answer that you have to figure out, is where you're going to do this. And so we decided that we're going to do it up here in our hay yard. Now this is the lower side of our hay yard, where any drainage is going to be moving away from the hay that we store here. And to get us started, we're actually going to lay out our very first layer, which is going to be just straw. We're going to put that layer down, and then we're going to put the cow on top of that. So a couple reasons we put it down here in the hay yard. Number one, it can get a little smelly, so I don't really want it right up next to the house or even next to the corrals. So that's a good thing. The other thing is that it could, and there's a chance that this could happen, it could actually draw in predators, whether they're coyotes, mountain lion, other scavengers, maybe even a badger or fox or something like that. And I don't want them close to the house either. In fact, I don't want them close to the chicken house. So that's why we're doing it out here. And hopefully none of that happens, because it is still pretty close to the highway. There's a lot of traffic over here. I think that'll keep most of the things away. But at night we could actually deal with some of that. So over here in the hay yard is a good place to do it. Next step, since we've got our straw down, is to go over and grab the cow, and this is where things get a little more complicated and a little disgusting because the cow is going to basically build up gas over the next couple days as she starts to decompose. And as she builds up that gas, she's going to blow up like a balloon. As she blows up, there is a chance that she could actually pop. It doesn't happen very often, but it can be a problem. It could cause a bit of a mess, whatever else. So one of the things that we like to do when we do this is we actually puncture the rumen. So we're actually going to puncture the cow herself. And there's a couple different ways to do that. You can do it with a knife. You can take a scalpel or whatever you want and basically cut open the side of the cow. That's one way to do it. We actually have these grapples on the tractor, which will probably end up doing it for us inadvertently as we go and pick her up. So we're going to go grab her and bring her over, lay her down, and make sure that her rumen is punctured before we go on to the next layer of the compost. So we're going to get the inevitable question, and somebody's going to say, well, why didn't you eat her? To which I answer, ew. We raise steers. We have plenty of great meat in the freezers. We offer beef for sale online along with pork. And all you have to do is go to our website, become a Patreon supporter for as little as $1 per month, $10 per year, and you can order all the beef you want off the ranch delivered directly to you. That's good. Her, not so good. I don't think I would subject myself or anybody else to that, but I could see where it's a valid question. But since we are raising beef, just not the highest quality that we would expect. So she does get to pay her respects, however, to the ranch and continue to serve the ranch forever and ever. And she actually becomes a part of the ranch, which I think is pretty dang cool. My phone's ringing. Yellow. Oh, no problem. No problem at all. That's okay. All right, bye-bye. Wrong number. Okay, so we're going to take her over now. When I got the grapples around, we did not puncture her rumen, which is probably good. But we are going to have to lay her down on the straw and do that ourselves to make sure that she doesn't blow up and you know, cause a mess. So we're going to get her over here to that straw we just laid down and then get her taken care of. One thing that I normally wouldn't do that I'm actually going to do today is I'm going to leave the ear tag on this girl. The main reason, we usually would take it off. The main reason I'm going to leave it on is because this is for YouTube, and in about a year, hopefully, we will be able, that will be pretty much the only thing left, probably, is that ear tag in this pile. The rest will look pretty much like dirt. So I am going to actually puncture her rumen really quick. You don't have to stick around for that. And remember, this, while this may seem gruesome, this is actually a very important part of the ranch. This actually is these cows' last chance to give to the ranch, and of course give to the gardens and Erin and myself and all the people that depend on the ranch for food and sometimes even entertainment. So I'm going to get this done. Our next step, well, it does involve dirt, so stick around. And like I said, this part may seem awful, but I'm going to get your reward here at the end because we are going to go back to her calf. We're going to get it fed. And of course, it will become part of our bottle calf family out here. So, next step for this old girl is actually a pretty important step. And it's one that I think a lot of people forget about when you come down to composting an animal. And that is that we are going to add a little bit of dirt on top of her. The main reason for that is that there's microbes in the dirt that will actually help the decomposition of her body. So we are going to just grab a little bit of dirt from out here in the field and sprinkle it on her, and basically put a layer, maybe at least one bucket full on top of her, and then that will get those bugs and stuff working on her carcass. So that's our next step, and there's only like 3 more steps to go. With the first layer completed, we are actually going to run back and grab some fresh manure from the cow barn, which we have plenty of. We're going to grab that, and that's going to be the next layer that goes on top of her. So not only does Erin compost for the gardens just directly from the manure, which is the reason we save all this manure, this is a whole different type of compost. It's actually more rich, but it does take a lot longer to make. Obviously, a year put into this to make this compost, and she'll actually use this compost for more, probably within the high tunnel would be my guess, areas of the gardens that really need a little bit of help. There we go. That's a big bucket full of poop, and it's the next ingredient to our compost. This ingredient, the manure, highly important, as is our next ingredient, which is going on top, which is more straw with a little bit of hay mixed in. And that's it. We're done. That is our compost pile. I did get a little bit of net wrap mixed in there, but that's okay. We can pick that out. This is where she will sit for about 6 months or so, decomposing, composting, and then we'll come and turn the entire pile. So make sure you subscribe, follow along, because in November, we'll be coming back to take a look at that. Alrighty, I promised you guys that we weren't gonna end on a sad note. Of course, you know, I don't consider it a sad thing. She had a lot of good years on the ranch. She gave a lot to the ranch, and she continues to give to the ranch, more than a lot of cows do. But she, number 97, along with her calf here, number 9, will continue to give back to the ranch for years and years. We're gonna go make him a bottle and see if we can get him to warm up to us just a little bit. I can imagine he's a little cranky with me, but we're gonna make him a bottle. I'm sure he's hungry, and hopefully he has a seamless integration into our herd of bottle calves. They haven't met him yet, by the way. They're actually over in our yard, Marty and Frida. So Andy, it's gonna be a nice surprise for them when they come home. Not really sure how this is gonna go, but we'll see. Like I said, this is our oldest bottle calf that we've ever brought in at 40 some odd days old, so hopefully we can teach this old dog new tricks. Hey buddy, how you doing? Not really sure if Bean would be offended to know that I called him a dog, but here bud, hey. Come here buddy. Trying to get out, I know. Come here. Hey, no, I know you smelled it. He's hitting the gate. Got a little taste, so I am actually just going to leave this bottle in this bottle holder here, just like that, and the hope is that he'll come over and see what it is and finish it up. So that's the hope. We're going to leave him alone. Obviously a very traumatic day for him, which I totally understand. Hey, number 9, Andy. Come over here. Try this milk thing. You'll like it. I know. But it's better than the alternative. If we would have left him out in the pasture, who knows what would have happened. Doesn't have a mom to protect him. Got coyotes all over the place. Other cows could have rejected him. And, you know, he could have starved to death. So what we're doing out here, or in here, in the barn, is trying to keep things going. So we're going to keep on keeping on. We're going to check in on Andy quite often, along with Marty and Frida, who are over in our yard and in great health. We're going to check on number 97 and what she's doing for the ranch mid-November or so. But until then, a whole lot more going on. The rain continues to fall. Looks like haying might be in our future, hopefully. And I'm really looking forward to bringing you guys along for that. So be sure to subscribe, follow along as we explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary right here on Our Wyoming Life.